Indeed, I'm very proud to be associated with these two companies that are, in fact, sponsoring this segment every Wednesday morning, 8:05 Jamaica time. For about 10 or so minutes, we take you through what we call Real Estate Today. And this is a new feature that is gaining in momentum with each passing week. As I mentioned before, sponsored by Howard Johnson Realty Limited and HJ Property Management Limited. Good morning and welcome then to Real Estate Today. As we have been telling you, the topic we'll be looking at today is safeguarding your investment. How to protect and manage your real estate assets in Jamaica from abroad. And this morning we'll be looking at some of the strategies that you might want to employ in sort of safeguarding, protecting your investments here in Jamaica. We want to also highlight the role of property management in protecting your real estate assets in Jamaica. And then we also want to get from Howard Johnson Jr. some of the services that they offer at HJ Property Management Limited that can assist you, property owners who live overseas but have your investments in Jamaica so that your investment is well protected. Big topic, and great to have you once again, Howard Johnson Jr. Morning, sir. How are you, my brother?
I'm very good, Richie. Thank you very much for welcoming us and to say that you are pleased to be aligned with us, but I think the privilege is ours. Be acquainted with Richie V and RichieV.com. I mean, let me tell you, that legacy and history that you have, man, we are humbled to be affiliated with you, and it's our privilege to join you every Wednesday for this feature. So thank you so much for having us, sir.
All right, and thank you for those compliments. Your growth and expansion has definitely not escaped our notice, and we're really happy to be on with you in this section of the program. Now, Howard, it's a very important topic, and I know many of my listeners, especially those overseas, are tuned in to hear what you have to share. What exactly is property management, and why would you say it is essential for real estate investors, especially those living abroad?
Well, as the word simply suggests, it's the management of your real estate asset, your property. And it is essential because when you purchase or you invest in real estate, it is not your intention to lose the value. It's not your intention to not gain value on your real estate. And in order to do that, you need to maintain your property in a prestige way that preserves its legacy, preserves its functionality, preserves its relevance in the area and to the general market that is looking on your property. So whether you invested for a rental purpose, you need to make sure that it is always in demand and you are keeping it in tip-top shape. And if you did invest it to sell at a later date, you want to make sure that the value is increased over the next couple of years before you make that decision to sell. So managing your asset is key, and I can't stress that. It's a passion of mine now in my latter years of my career. It's something that I've focused on because having sold these properties and seen the conditions that they have been in over the years, it pains my heart because many persons are not realizing the potential income, both rent or for sale, that they can if the property was properly maintained.
So you would say then that property management is one way to safeguard one's real estate properties?
It is. It is very essential in that regard. It is absolutely important. And when you are investing, make sure you consider the maintenance component. If you bought a brand new car and you parked it in your garage, no covering, it's exposed to all the elements, and you let it sit for 3 years, and you go back and say, no, I want to drive my car in the same condition that I bought it, you will be surprised to see the condition that your car is in. But once you are able to treat the car, take it out of the elements, start it from time to time, put oil, whatever it is you need to do, you will realize its greatest potential at that point in time. So real estate is no different, but it's absolutely important that you consider a maintenance component in your investment in real estate in Jamaica, especially here in Jamaica.
Right. No, I have a lot of listeners in Toronto, in Canada, in the UK, in the United States of America, and all around the world for that matter. Many of them, we know they own properties here. How can a company like HJ Property Management Limited help those persons who are overseas to protect and manage their real estate assets for owners that are not living in Jamaica? I mean, what's the process like?
Well, the process is really to identify a professional such as HJ Property Management Limited. There are many persons who may purport to be property managers and they do not have the experience. They're not au fait with the laws of Jamaica and your ultimate goal as an investor. So you want to identify someone who is above board, who is licensed, by the way, to execute the duties of property management. And I do stress licensed because you must be licensed by the real estate board in order to carry out those functions. So make sure you're dealing with someone who's licensed, and you need to have someone trustworthy on the ground. And that's where we come in, because we are here in Jamaica. And so whether you're in Toronto and anywhere in the diaspora, we are here on the ground, and you can relate to us, and you have someone who is accessible and someone who you can trust. And some of the things that we will do is literally keep the eye on the property for sure. And we will notify you if things are not up to standard. So whether or not your tenants are not upholding the components of the lease agreement, whether the property has faced some challenges, and if your property is within a community, whether the community is compliant, those are some of the things that we will do. So we're basically you in Jamaica while you're not here. So anything that it is that you would have liked to have done, we are the ones that are executing it on your behalf.
And this extends to even cases of emergency and so on, I'm sure. You look at things like property upkeep, all of that?
That is a major component. So it's not just about the compliance, but it's also the physical structure. And if something happens, a burst pipe at 10 o'clock in the night, the tenants don't need to call you, or if the property is vacant, you need to have someone attending to that right away. And therefore, our maintenance department is there, a property services manager or property inspector. They're the ones that execute and go out and check on these things and also respond. And we have a dedicated emergency line just for that purpose. So these are some of the things that you need to have: the real-time responses, the eye on the ground, and the attention to the details to ensure that your asset is properly maintained and supervised.
All right. And this now, I'm assuming it doesn't necessarily have to be a property within, an apartment complex. Do you also manage standalone properties and units?
Yes, we do manage complexes. We manage units within those complexes. We manage single-family homes. We manage property that may have 3 or 4 tenants on it. What we do not manage, I must declare, is short-term rentals. The need for that daily traffic and turnover and cleaning is not part of our portfolio or dispensation. But anything else, and whatever type property, even commercial properties, we are there for the management of those properties.
All right. This sounds really, really good. And I'm sure that you'll take a lot of burden and headache off a number of my listeners once they make contact with you.
We have, and we have been lauded for that, because many of the comments that we get is that, they oftentimes can't find someone as reliable back home, or sometimes they may have made a mistake by working with someone who's purporting to be a property manager, but then again they were not licensed, and then there's no traceability, there's no accountability, the person does up and gone. But we are here, we have been here, and we will continue to be here to serve your listeners when that time comes. And
do you sort of customize a plan depending on the person's need and the services that you're offering? Is that how it works?
Yes, we're not a out of the box kind of operation. We will tailor our offerings to you based on your needs. So some persons will have more needs than others. Some complexes may have more needs than others. Some may even require external coordination with legal entities, etc., to help to manage, coordinate with families, etc. We will tailor our product and our offerings to you. So it just requires contact made with us. Let us know what your needs are, and then we will let you know by way of a proposal what it is we can do to help to solve your needs.
All right. I'm going to switch things around a little bit just before we get to GBNYG, going but not yet gone. I'm going to
I like that.
I'm going to ask you while we're at it for you just to give the information as to how persons can contact you right here, right now, because I know persons are out there with their pen and paper waiting to get this information. How can you be reached?
Yes, we can be contacted at 876-620-1457. And because we're speaking about property management, our Instagram and Facebook channels or handles is at HJ Manage. So that's at HJ Manage. Or you can visit the website, which is www.hjmanage.com. .co, not .com, but .co. So 620-1457, we're waiting for you. Handles at HJ Manage and our website, hjmanage.co.
All right, so you're all over social media, and you definitely can be reached on the telephone as well.
Yes, sir, from 8:30.
Yes, sir. Now, as we wrap this morning's feature, Howard, could you share with us a listing that I think you have there in our segment that we call Going, but not yet Gone.
Yet gone.
Take it away.
That is correct, sir. I like the acronym that you do. That's our hashtag for our product. But today we have a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhome that has a peaceful feel away from the hustle and bustle of the city. It boasts an open floor plan with lots of storage, an in-unit laundry, natural lighting, and a full fenced backyard for that family barbecue or perfect line with your friends. This property is located in Red Hills, and again, it is a townhouse, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, and we're asking $38.5 million for this property, 1,300 square feet of property with a lovely view. And our contact for that property is Cordine Henry. That's Cordine Henry at 876-371-3219. That's 876-371-3219. Cordine Henry is waiting for your call so she can tell you more about this property in Red Hills.
All right. Good luck with that one, Cordine. I suspect before the end of the day you might be getting a few calls, and who knows, before the end of the week you might have a sale confirmed. That is
I would love that, speak it into being, Richie. Start the things.
That is our prayer. Big up yourself.
Sir.
Now, do you already know what we'll be looking at next week, Howard, in the Real Estate Today feature?
We do have a planned segment, but there was a request made by for us to delve on a particular topic, and we will be looking in that. But right away, we had how you can protect your real estate asset while you're not in Jamaica. But we are going to be looking at another topic come next week, and we'll tell you all about that beforehand so that you can let your listeners tune in. But again, we'll have another exciting topic next week, Wednesday, but we're just trying to juggle things based on a demand that was made of us in recent times.
All right. And so ideally what you're also saying is, I suspect, persons listening, if they have a topic that they'd like for you to look at, they can also maybe, I suspect, send that in, and you will see whether or not it can be accommodated, eh?
Oh, yes, we welcome that, because we are not wanting to dictate or just to shove things in your listeners' ears. If there are things that they want to hear more about of what is happening in Jamaica on the real estate front, send your topic in, and we will look at it, and we will certainly deliver on giving that information. That's what we're here for.
All right. Another great one this morning. Thank you, Howard Johnson Jr., the man at the helm of Howard Johnson Realty Limited and HJ Property Management Limited. Thank you for sponsoring Real Estate Today. Catch you again next week. Have a good day, Howard.
You too, and thank you very much, and have a good day.
All right.